Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Black Renaissance Worldwide. I'm Rochelle, your host for this morning, and welcome to episode 12 of The Sanctuary. I know we had a few minutes getting started late. I had some extra pictures that I wanted to put up so you could see all the people that we're talking about today. So welcome. So happy to have you here, and let's go ahead and get started with our show for today. Um, as I said before, I am Rochelle. So if you are here right now, you are witnessing infrastructure being laid brick by brick, week by week. The Sanctuary is the third pillar of BRW's weekly architecture. The Forge on Wednesdays is where we build. The Marketplace on Saturday is where we exchange. And the Sanctuary today is where we breathe. This is the space where we heal, remember, celebrate, reckon, and recommit. Every Sunday, we gather here to tend to the interior of this movement because infrastructure without soul is just machinery. So settle on in. You are welcome here exactly as you are. Let's start with our intention for the day. We gather at this moment, conscious that time is a coordinate and space is a field, and that we are matter organized into meaning. We affirm that the intention behind every action in this space is directed toward the highest probable good for all conscious beings, those here, those watching, hello everyone, those yet to arrive. We honor the full spectrum of the human experience, every identity, every expression, every lineage, every struggle, and every triumph. We acknowledge that we are entangled. What we build here ripples outward through networks we cannot fully map, but we are responsible for shaping. We enter this work with coherence, with clarity, and with the understanding that a world that works for everyone is not utopia, it is engineering. So let us begin. Black Renaissance Worldwide, or BRW, is the global infrastructure for Black economic determination, the underground ecosystem, if you will. We begin as a directory. The White Pages meets the Green Book, meets Marketplace, meets education, meets network, meets community. We evolve into a movement that builds grocery stores, farms, hospitals, educational centers, every single thing that a society needs to sustain itself positively. It is open to everyone, but it is maintained, self-contained, self-sustaining, and engineered and run and supported by us, Black Americans, open to the whole world. So we're going from boycott to buyout to build worldwide on a permanent scale. Welcome back, flagship family. You helped me build this chair, and now we're doing positive things with it. And I'm so happy to see whoever is jumping in this morning. So happy to have you here. Thank you for joining. If you've ever been with us here before on Sundays, you know that we do a review of the week, and then we have some productivity time. I say it's quiet time because I'm talking, but I'm typically talking to myself. But we just spend a little time together woo-sawing and listening to some good music. So let's keep going. The weekly roster review. So this is where we revisit the tools from the Forge and the Marketplace and bring them into the Sanctuary. If you missed Wednesday and or Saturday, here's your catch up. And if you were already there, then let's just do a quick review. The book of the week this week was King of Ashes by S.A. Cosby. I'm a little behind. I downloaded the book yesterday, but I've been so busy this weekend that I have not had the opportunity to listen for pleasure. I'm still looking forward to doing that. It is in my playlist of audiobooks. S.A. Cosby delivers a razor-sharp crime thriller that centers black men navigating power, loyalty, and survival in rural Virginia. Terrain that feels both timeless and urgent right now. Kings of Ashes moves fast, hits hard, and refuses to let its characters be simple. Cosby writes blackness into the American crime landscape with full dignity and full complexity. This one belongs on your shelf and in your hands this weekend. And I'm actually going to deviate a little bit. I don't want to eat up our quiet time today, but I was thinking to myself yesterday, there's so right now we've got these tools available to us. We've got things like the Tiki-Taki, and we've got things like the U of Tube, and we've got these grams of instant, and we've got all of these different avenues and streets. And there's one in particular, I'm sure there might be more, I did not look it up, but there's one in particular that comes up, and it's basing a fan. Either you know what I'm talking about or you don't. Switch those around and go look for it if you really want to research it. And I do encourage you to educate yourself about it. Now, I heard about this in 2025 because I didn't start actually playing on these internet streets until 2025. But I heard about this in 2025 when I started watching The Real Tabitha Speaks. And she let us know as a collective that the gentleman that is building this platform, this beautiful Tiki-Taki style platform for people of color, or at least he's a partner, so someone of color owns it. I don't know that it is actually geared toward us, but it's being offered and built and run partially by someone like us. And Tabitha let us know that this gentleman has some misogyny and a few other things going on in his past. And it leaves you in a situation where you're like, dang, I don't want to support that. So what do I do? On this platform alone, I have signed on for any number of negative things just by sheer exposure to you through the platform. And at one point, do we get to veer off and build something that was kind of pure from the ground up? And that's quite the dilemma for people who are in business who are trying to navigate this system. I think that, and then I'm also going to put myself out there really quickly. I'm going to put myself out there because this could backfire on me and I want to get in front of it. I have to remember that I am trying to do something new that God has asked me to do. And in doing so, I take a certain amount of responsibility for behave. Just because I have an opinion doesn't necessarily mean that I need to share that opinion with everyone. And especially since I'm not always polite about how I do it. I will curse you in a heartbeat. But that has nothing to do with me trying to build business, except for the fact that we all know that people are being held very accountable today. And I'm okay with that. So let me tell you what I did so I can get in front of it, just in case it backfires. Because this is all coming from, okay, how do you handle yourself personally, knowing that your business is directly connected to that? So I always want to be proud of who I am. That's cool. But I don't want to have to look God in the face and say I messed up something that you asked me to do because I was being proud of who I am. Does any of this make sense? Is anybody else out there dealing with these kinds of dilemmas? So let me go ahead and put my foot in the water and tell you what I done did. Okay? So the other day, good morning. Thank you for joining, Yolanda. The other day, I was scrolling through these woods on YouTube. Now, I have a personal channel that I started years ago, but I actually started making commentary in 2026. I attempted a little bit in 2025, but I actually didn't get there until 2026. And so I'm on my personal channel, but I realize you guys can make the dots, you can connect the dots, so let me just go ahead and just put it on out there. Okay. There was a young lady. She is about my same skin tone, so black presenting. She had a bit of an accent, so it did not sound Doesn't make it not true. Didn't sound to me like English was her first language. But she had, just like me and you right now, chit-chatting and talking back and forth, her skills were perfectly fine, perfectly normal. But she still had that little accent. And she was making a good point. So I want to upfront say that this young lady was making a good point. What she was saying was not true. What she was saying was not wrong, and it wasn't untrue. I was very put off by the way she was doing it. So let me put it on out there. She ran 3 videos. The one where the little girl, these 2 little girls, and this one in particular, she's chocolate, and she is cursing this other little girl out. They are about 4, 5, or 6 years old, and she's telling her how she's going to beat her butt and all of this. And the adult that is there is giggling the whole time because she thinks that this is cute. Apparently, this child has learned this from home. At the same time, before I even get there, I just want to give you the basics. So that was the first thing. And then another one was about a gentleman, a black boy. Him and another boy were standing in the doorway of a shop of someone who looked Asian, not Oriental presenting, more Indian Asian presenting. And he was throwing something at that store owner. Not nice. And I can't remember exactly what the third one was, but every one of these were about some ratchet behavior. It is what it is. What hurt my feelings, and that's what it was. That is what made me react. What hurt my feelings is that for every black person in this country, specifically, I can't talk about the rest of the world because I'm part of it, but I'm not close enough to it to have enough knowledge to feel comfortable and confident speaking of it. But I feel comfortable and confident speaking about my experience here in America. Every group in America that has had very poor people, those people act the exact same way. When they are uneducated, they are living in poverty. What do you expect these people to do? Exactly. And on top of that, you want us to forgive an entire group of people who have set up and studied for centuries how to keep us down, how to harm us, how to hurt us, but you do not want me to love the least of us because they're ratchet? Okay, so let me tell you what I did. That's the premise, okay? She was presenting bad behavior by the black community, and her approach to it was critical, and that hurt my feelings, and I didn't like it. So I responded, and I called her an uppity black person, and I used ASS to go with it. And I'm putting myself out there now because I realize I do need to be more careful. I get that, and I'm going to learn from this, but I'm not going to take it back. And the reason I'm not going to take it back is because I love my ratchet people. With all due respect, the entire world should be grateful that black people are not crazy out of their minds collectively. If we were to truly match white people's energy, we would blow up the entire United States, and then all the Asians and the Hispanics and all the rest of the diaspora could just come on in and take over the United States after we're done blowing ourselves up. We don't do that. We've never done that, and we may never do that. I hope we don't choose to try to fix our issues the same way that other groups have, especially the one that's in charge right now. But I'm not going to take back what I said because it hurt my feelings for my ratchet people. I don't care how crazy, I don't care how out of their minds they are, I don't care how uneducated, I don't care how unhinged. That group is such a small percentage of our entire group. Not only that, but when you've got, unfortunately, Burkina Faso, they're overrun by gangs. You've got Haiti right now being absolutely run. The government is being run by gangs. Don't talk to me about a few ratchet people within our society after the way that we have had to fight just to get to a comfortable spot. It is very easy for someone like me to criticize someone else from my very comfortable spot. Chunky as I am, I miss no meals. None. I have more than enough. There are a lot of people who can't say that, and I'm never going to forget that I could easily switch spots with them. And moreover, and really the most important part of this, because I honored that woman, I honored her. I'm always going to honor you. It doesn't mean I'm not going to disagree with you or argue with you, but I honored her. She is bringing a certain point of view and a stance, and it is all her own, and I respect her for that, and she serves purpose on this earth just like I do. But I completely disagree with her criticism. If she wants us to continue to do better as a collective, then she needs to take herself to those neighborhoods and adopt a family. Get involved. You take one of those ratchet young ends and you teach them how to read and how to behave and what to do. Insert yourself in the solution instead of just being the one to criticize. I don't criticize poor white people any more than I criticize poor black people. And I'm not going to listen, when I went to China, this is 2008. We're not talking about some far off distant situation. I'm going to say this last and then I'm going to let it go. But when I went to China to study abroad in 2008, I want you to understand that when I was leaving the Shanghai airport, there were shacks. I like to almost died in shock. My mouth hit the floor. Their ghettos were nothing like our ghettos. We're talking about shacks out of boards and woods that you can find. We're not even talking about cement homes. So every group has ghetto people, and ghetto people act the same way because they're in the same circumstance worldwide. And then they bring their own ethnic culturalism into it, and it gets expressed different ways. It's all the same activity. So if you happen to hear, or it backfires on me, or I accidentally go viral for having been a little bit sassy with people, that's what I did, and I will be more mindful and try to be more respectful in the future. But please understand that we are all here on purpose. We serve some purpose for some higher good. Be mindful of that when you're disagreeing with someone. Be mindful of that when you are trying to condemn someone else's point of view and their way of life. Because there's somebody else looking at your stuff saying that you're not right either. There are a bunch of people that would like to tell me to lose weight. And I say to all of you, kiss mine. I'm very satisfied with myself. If you're not satisfied, you don't have to be around me. That is part of the beauty of being part of this collective world, and that there's so much space on this earth. You can just get into another position, right? Okay, so we're gonna move on, but I wanted to get ahead of that a little bit. Our creator of the week this week was J.S. Candid, this young lady right here. So the book of the week was The King of Ashes, and the creator of the week was J.S. Candid. And J.S. Candid creates content that lives at the intersection of truth-telling and cultural commentary. The kind of work that makes you think and makes you want to share. Her delivery earns trust, and her perspective earns respect. Find her at JS Candid. Now, I watch her on YouTube, and bring her into your feed. Support the creators who serve our community with integrity. She does a lot of political commentary right now. Those are the majority of the people that I do watch. I do have a few people that I watch for fun. I'll be bringing them to you as well. But I wanted to kind of get out some of the people this first 6 months or so that have really kept me grounded and helped me stay in a positive space more often. She's one of those people. I look forward to her videos every day. All right, the Forge business of the week was True Detergent by True Products. True Products built a clean, efficient laundry detergent that earns its place in your home and your dollars in our ecosystem. True Detergent performs, and the business behind it reflects the kind of Black-owned commerce BRW exists to amplify. When you shop with intention, you circulate capital where it builds. Find them at thetrueproducts.com. Go support, go shop, please go tell everyone that they're there. Now, our diaspora pit of the week, reviewing our diaspora pit of the week, pit stop for the week was Andela. These people right here, Andela. Andela is a Pan-African tech talent network born in Nigeria that connected thousands of African software engineers with global opportunities and built the proof that African technical excellence belongs at every table in the world. Founded in 2014, Andela placed developers from Nigeria, Kenya, Rwanda, Ghana, and Uganda into technology roles across 6 continents before evolving into a full global marketplace for remote engineering talent with Africa at its core. So if you're an engineer and you're looking around and you're not, tethered to just being in one place, I would suggest actually going over there and throwing your hat in the ring. What Andela built carries the same frequency as BRW. When you construct infrastructure for your community with excellence at the center, the world comes to you on your terms. Aw, sookie now. Now, we get to the fun stuff for today. If this is your first Sunday with us, what we do on Sundays is we go through our roster for the week so we can catch you up with what's been going on while you've been out being wonderful and sending positive energy into the world. And then we spend about 30 minutes together. I'm going to do some work on BRW. As a matter of fact, I've got a bunch of little things I'm going to do today. I've been geared towards the Urban League, so I've got to get on their website today. There is the Black Chamber of Commerce. So I've been told by a very supportive mentor to go ahead and start getting involved with some of these programs because they have all of this support for new businesses. And then there's also a few what do they call them, a few funding sources, micro funding sources that I'm going to put some applications in for today too. So, that sort of thing. So while we do that, we listen to music. So some people, they pull up a chair, they listen to the music while they read a book. Some people are doing planning for the week, especially if you're a teacher or something like that. We just spend time in a relaxed state, even if we're still being efficient with one another. We're just gonna renew our spirit for the week. Okay, so this week's music channel of the week, we're gonna actually honor a woman named DJ Hourglass, and she has so much good music on her channel. I found her on YouTube. These are always YouTube featured channels. I'm trying to make sure that they're Black owned. Sometimes that can be difficult. They're at least Afro beat leaning. And we'll get better and better at this as time goes on. So let me introduce DJ Hourglass. DJ Hourglass commands her craft with the kind of precision and intentionality that makes you feel every transition as a full experience. Her mixes carry architecture. She builds rooms with sound, moves through time signatures, and mood shifts with a mastery that marks a genuine student of music. As a woman, holding space in a discipline that historically centered men, DJ Hourglass, thank you for joining. DJ Hourglass shows up with excellence that speaks for itself and opens doors with every set she drops. Her channel deserves your follow, your playlist, and your share. And every time I feature a music artist channel, I create a playlist with at least 2 or 3 of their works in there so that you can go to my channel and listen to them if you like, or you can go directly to their channel and listen to them if you like. And if you just want to find their channel, you can find it through my channel, Black Renaissance Worldwide on YouTube. Okay? All right. So, if DJ Hourglass identifies, I think DJ Hourglass identifies as part of the LGBTQ community, or at least is open, so extends her works to that community. And in any case, she's a friend. That's the point. She's fam. Okay. That dimension of her presence makes her work even more significant because she carries multiple layers of cultural navigation into every space she enters and still delivers at the highest level. BRW sees that. We honor that. You see, I'm always about honoring. Representation in every corner of our creative ecosystem matters, and artists who bring their full selves to their craft while serving our community deserve the full amplification of everything we are building. Find her at DJ Hourglass and bring her sound into your Sunday. She's earned it. All right. And that brings us to our last segment before our quiet time today. And that is the Elders Corner. So every week, I also like to make sure that we are looking back. Keep sending the love backwards so it'll bounce for you forward. So it'll be beautiful in your presence. You understand what I'm saying? So this week's Elder Corner, I've been talking quite a lot off the cuff, and I want us to have enough quiet time today. This week's Elders Corner is Dr. Charles Richard Drew. Charles Richard Drew. Dr. Drew stands as one of the most consequential medical minds the 20th century produced. A black surgeon and researcher who developed the science of blood banking and large-scale blood plasma preservation that saved hundreds of thousands of lives during World War II, and my life too. Oh, honey. I am a survivor of cancer. And when I was going through my healing, my family and I decided to go holistic with most of my care. I had a poor reaction to something, and I ended up in the ICU for about 17 days. I did not know at the time that plasma even existed. And it's something that we carry in our blood. It's supposed to, it looks like apple cider, apple juice. Does anybody, when it's thick and it has a little bit of pulp in it, that's what it's supposed to look like when it's healthy. That is not what mine looked like. And so I was very, very lucky. So not only have I had blood transfusions, because I've had a couple of surgeries personally, but I've also been a beneficiary of the plasma work and research and discoveries that he made. And I'm ever so grateful. Okay? Let's keep going. Drew designed the first large-scale blood bank system for the British military in 1940. Then directed the American Cross, created by a white woman who, we'll talk about that another day. I'll don't get me to philosophizing. I'll tell you about all kinds of fun stuff. But anyway, so then directed the American Red Cross blood bank program that supplied Allied forces throughout the war. His research infrastructure literally kept soldiers alive on battlefields across Europe and the Pacific. The man built a system that the entire modern blood donation model still runs off of today. And the complete story includes this. Because on my channel, if I'm highlighting anybody, for example, several weeks ago, I did a highlight on Madam C.J. Walker. I called her out of her name because she hurt my feelings too. It hurts my feelings when we mistreat each other. It hurts my feelings instantly, and unfortunately, I don't always react with grace. And so Madam C.J. Walker, if you don't know, was one of the first female millionaires in the world, and she was, I believe, coined as being the first black American female in the world. And she had a mentor named Miss Turnbow, Turnbo. When they met, Miss Walker was in dire straits. She was a mess. She was coming out of an abusive situation, and Miss Turnbow took her in, showed her how to do some things, and I don't know what happened between the two of them, so I leave space for personal correction. But ultimately, Miss Walker built her empire and did not include Miss Turnbow. And I think that says a lot about someone's character. And I understand that we live and have been inherited into a corrupt system, but it doesn't mean that we have to keep behaving the way that our predecessors have. So I bring you the good, the bad, the ugly, the in-between, because one of the things that I understand is that if we put it all out there, the good, the bad, the funky, the ugly, the things we did well and the things we didn't do well, just like Dr. King, he liked coochie. Let's put it out there. I wish that we had been able to set up our society so that he didn't have to be married unless he wanted to. And the woman being married to him didn't have to be there unless she was okay with the behavior. Do you see what I'm saying? There are ways for us to meet our bad habits in the middle and do more positive things with them if we're willing to put it out there on the table. So let's not be like our predecessors. Let's be buck naked in front of the world, because you can't use buck nakedness against somebody, especially if you're black, because you ain't doing nothing but soaking up the sun. Okay. And here's where the second part of his story comes in. And here's the complete story, including this. The American Red Cross, under pressure from the U.S. government, instituted a policy of segregating blood donations by race, separating black donor blood from white donor blood, despite the fact that the scientists who built the entire system knew and stated publicly that human blood carries no racial markers whatsoever. Drew redesigned from the Red Cross program in protest. He returned to Howard University, where he built one of the finest surgery training programs in the country and mentored a generation of black surgeons who went on to transform American medicine. History also circulated a powerful legend that Drew died in 1950 after a car accident because a white hospital refused him treatment. A story that captured a real and documented American reality so precisely that it spread as fact. The documented record shows that Drew received treatment at Alamance General Hospital in North Carolina, though the care he received and the full circumstances of his death do remain a painful and layered part of his story. So there wasn't any real negativity there for him. Now, the BRW lesson and implication is Dr. Drew's life teaches two things simultaneously. The black genius builds systems the whole world depends on, and that those same systems will exclude the builder the moment power finds it convenient. BRW implements this lesson by building ownership into every layer of its infrastructure from the beginning. When black creators, scientists, entrepreneurs, and intellectuals plug into the ecosystem, they enter with documented credit, documented contribution, and documented stake. No one builds anonymously. Thank you for joining in inside of BRW. We every contribution. I'm so excited. I'm sorry, y'all. Every contribution carries a name, a record, and a protected interest. That practice, ownership documentation from day one, is how we ensure the next Dr. Drew keeps the credit, the compensation, and the legacy that belongs to them permanently. Full honor, full truth, and that's the Elder's Corner. All right. So that brings us to our listening to DJ Hourglass and our quiet time. What are we looking with? What are we working with? We're working with about 20 minutes because I overtalked today. And I will spend these 20 minutes with you while we listen to DJ Hourglass. And then we will close out with our closing affirmation and our call to action. Here we go. All right, let's turn her up and well, she's already on, but let's turn her on up. Okay, let's see if we can start a new one. Okay, let's listen. I think you can hear. I've been practicing with this. Let me know if you can hear. You want to give me a little tap or a little something, let me know you can hear. Can you hear, everybody? Can somebody tap a screen for me? Let me know you can hear the music. Oh, that's where. Okay, hold on. I figured it out. I got it. There we go. Okay. Okay. Urban League. There we go. Thank you for joining. Okay, let me try it like this. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Okay, what about... I'm not sure what they want from me. Okay, let's try it like this. Okay. Okay. Let's try it like this. What Okay. Copy. Now I'm gonna keep that. Swing my way. Nope. That's not what I was saying. Oh, yeah, it is. Sure they swing my way. Sure look good to me. Now would you please swing my way? Sure they swing my way. He keeps telling me that it's expired. Are you really gonna make me do it all over? far ahead. I love this song. Or do you let me so far ahead? 'Cause I've been thinking about forever. Ah. No, I don't like you. I just thought you were cool enough to kick it. Got a beach house I can sell you an item. Since you think I don't love you, I just thought you were cute. That's why I kissed you. Got a fighter jet. I don't get to fly. And though I'm lying down thinking about you. Okay, so there's something wrong with this. So far ahead, 'cause I've been thinking about forever. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Ahead, 'cause I've been thinking about forever. right, y'all. All right, guys. I'm so sorry our time was so short today. Me running my mouth, but I'm so grateful I had the time to spend with you. We're going to go ahead and wrap up today's show. I certainly hope that you enjoyed the music from DJ Hourglass. Let me go ahead and send off this. There we go. Okay, so I got that email off. It took me all the time just to do that one little email. But it was because their little, the website wasn't quite working. I had to keep going in. Hey, Kathy, love you, baby. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed the music and that it came through nice and loud and clear. And we're going to go ahead and wrap up today's show. Here we go. Our closing affirmation. What we have shared here has entered the record, not merely digital, but neural, social, and ancestral. The connections made, the knowledge transferred, the capital circulated, these are not ethereal, they are structural. We release this session with gratitude for the attention, the labor, and the trust invested by everyone present. We carry forward the understanding that our individual thriving is bounded to collective thriving, biologically, economically, and spiritually. We affirm that the world we are building is one where dignity is non-negotiable, where resources flow equitably, and where every voice that was suppressed finds amplification. This is not the end. This is a node in a network that continues. Go build, go connect, go belong. We return when the coordinates align. And here is our new call to action at the end of every show. So here we go. Builders, before we go, here is how you plug in and stay tuned and connected to everything BRW is building. Please follow and engage right here on TikTok. Hit that follow button now so you never miss a live. Share this stream while we are all still together. Every share brings another builder into the room. This is how we grow this thing. Please subscribe on my YouTube. We have an adjacent channel, Black Renaissance Worldwide, on YouTube, and it does come up in the search engine. I think we're only 1 or 2 down. Please subscribe. Every episode lives there after the live. And I'm changing up how I'm sharing the information a little bit because I think I was overwhelming everyone. So share it with someone who needs it. Please find us at the link in the bio. Land on our home base. The landing page holds everything, the directory, the mission, the links, the next steps. Please visit Black Renaissance World, period, card, that's CARRD, period, CO. So Black Renaissance World, period, card, period, CO. And bookmark it, as well as please go ahead and add your email so that you'll be on the list when you know the big website goes up. We'll be able to send you an invitation. Join the email list. This is what we're talking about. That is where the real infrastructure conversation begins. Write to us at BlackRenaissanceWorldwide@gmail.com, and I am going to get everything consistently under the Black Renaissance Worldwide banner. And put I'm in the subject line so I know that I can just put your email on the list. And remember that we are here live every week. Wednesday, we have the Forge at 10 a.m. There's Saturday is the Marketplace at 10:30. And Sunday is the Sanctuary at 11 o'clock, all at Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for being here for BRW, Black Renaissance Worldwide. If you are a business, please apply to be featured. I'd love to feature you live. If you're a supporter, join the movement. Don't forget to add your email address and also follow here at TikTok and on YouTube. And if you're a creator, please let us amplify you. We look forward to meeting you in person. From boycott to buyout to build worldwide, I am Rochelle. This is Black Renaissance Worldwide. One more time for those in the back. And remember, leave the world better than it was when you woke up, because you'll thank yourself for it. Why the heck not, right? Universal love, y'all, and I will see you again on Wednesday, July 15th, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I love y'all. Go out and be beautiful, be positive, be wonderful. Thank you.